Hey guys, how's it going? So, yeah, very interesting development vlog that the old school team has posted. I think 2 days ago, something like that, maybe 3 days by the time I actually post this video tomorrow. But yeah, so it's poll number 13, and it's posted by Mod Ronan, and you guys will see this entire thing in the description if you guys want to look. And I'll probably put the quick find code there as well if you guys think I'm trying to hack you or something. But I'm only going to be discussing mostly one thing in here that it talks about. There is a few different changes as well, though, as in-game polls, which I believe these are. It looks like you can just go to these booths and just kind of vote. I haven't read the entire thing yet, though, but maybe you guys can tell me about that. But yeah, that seems kind of interesting, so you don't have to go necessarily on the main page anymore to the forums and whatnot to actually do your polling. A little bit of talk about Bounty Hunter target system, and if you guys want to read about that, you can click there to read more. I haven't really looked over too much of those things. I kind of just went here because of the main thing that I heard about, which was right there, as you guys can see, super combat potions. Now, reading over this is exactly what I thought would happen. I knew old school team was not that advanced. Well, not that advanced, but worded that completely wrong. They were not too into advancing the game too quickly, which means overloads, soul splits, divine shields, and things like that. They don't want it to be that advanced. They want to keep it simple and not get incredibly easily. And I completely worded that wrong. That's my bad. They are actually a very good team from what I've seen so far that they've done. And all the polls that they've put up have made complete sense. Anyways, so as you guys can read, this is going to require super attack, defense, and strength potion. Not extreme like it is on RS3. On RS3, you have to make them extreme potions. And then you can make the overload. But anyways, these things are exactly what I thought they were going to be. They are not overload potions. In fact, these things aren't any better than any regular super attack potions, but they do only take up one space instead of three. Right now, if you do Slayer on old school, you're going to bring super attack, defense, and strength if you have an SGS. If you don't, you probably just bring super attack and defense and use like a dragon battle axe because you can save some money with like that. But if you have an SGS, which is a lot better to slay with and without having to use Guthans, obviously, that's probably the setup you use. This is basically just going to save you 2 inventory spaces and be kind of a cool potion to have. This potion will be tradable, which I really do like the fact that it is tradable. When you look at the overall picture of an overload on RuneScape 3, it's kind of weird because your herbal level really does affect your combat level, which doesn't really make any sense at all. So I am quite happy that these things will be tradable, which also means that you can sell them, so you don't have to lose a lot of money from doing herb lore. I was kind of a little bit afraid of if these were to ever come out and not be tradable, herb lore might become viable. Right now, it's almost a break even. Maybe you lose 20, 30 mil from getting 99, which is relatively nothing if you're going for max total. It's like not even 1/10 of the cost, I think. Because if you're going to lose an herb from doing this, which would be the Torstal, then you would lose money no matter what. You can't break even. Now, it doesn't say exactly, at least I don't think it says how much experience they're going to give you. It does say it requires level 90 herb lore, but they are tradable. So if you have level 90 herb lore, you could probably even profit the first little while, depending on the prices you buy your things for and what you sell the super combat potion for. So you could maybe make some money the first day or so because people might go crazy about buying them. But I do believe they won't be too crazy. I didn't really think Torsals would ever be 20k each on old school, which I don't think they will be. I'm going to think around 5 to 10k each probably. I can't see them being too much higher than that just because then it's not really worth it. Now, what these things will be amazing for is things like God Wars Dungeon if you're doing Bandle's boss, if you're doing Sarah boss, if you're meleeing it, basically every boss but Armadillo. For Bandle's boss, I think if you're not the tanker, you bring like 4 super attacks, 4 super strengths. This will save you basically like 4 inventory spaces basically. So that's a lot of help right there, obviously. But like I said, it doesn't make a huge difference because you're not going to hit any higher with them. All they're doing is basically saving you some space. But yeah, I highly doubt these are going to give you 1,000 herb lore experience each to make, just because there isn't an extremes in the game, which means I don't think I can't see these things giving you 1,000 herb lore experience each. I'm going to assume maybe 250, maybe 300 at the max or so, but probably not 1,000. And it does say right here, Torstal herb with like a question mark, basically, which I would probably say makes sense because right now Torstal herbs are like the most useless things on old school. All they make is like a Zamrak potion, and it's not useless, but it's not used too often, especially since you don't really have Soul Split. You can use it a little bit here and there while doing Slayer, but it's not too much better at all than like just a regular super attack potion. So it's basically an absolute waste to have Torstal herbs even in the game. and this will obviously give it some type of value. There's still a few herbs like lanodines. They don't have too much of a use in this game as well at the moment. Maybe one day they'll do something about that. Because what the old school team does tend to do is they take things that are shit and they make them worth something. Zammy Spear, for example, things like that. Let's think about this as well for something like for RS3, like a little update. But I'm not going to go too much into that, obviously. But something that's as useless as an Armadyl buckler, right? Since I'm doing 1,000 Armadyl kills, people are telling me in the comments they're getting Armadyl bucklers, which are like shit price. The RS3 team could take an Armadyl buckler and make it actually a really good offhand mage weapon. So whenever you go chinning, maybe you can use it kind of like a Zammy book version of it, but a lot more advanced. That's something that I know the old school team would probably do. And I'm hoping the RS3 team does that as well because that's a really smart update. I love the fact that they take things that are useless and make them worth something, just out of random. But yeah, very interesting, and I am quite happy to say that they aren't going to be just like an overload potion or extreme potions. They're going to work just like supers, but it's just going to be one click instead of 3 different clicks, and save you some inventory space. And I guess I can never show you guys my little collection of herbs. I don't have that many, but I do have like 3.4k so far that I have farmed. And I'm working on, obviously, farming the rest of my seeds right now. Just a perfect amount of cash pile. What the hell? Now, if you think that is a lot of herbs, you guys can all take a look at rank 1 farming on old school. He has roughly 75 to 80,000 torsals, so congratulations on the bank. That was a shout out, so he owes me about half of them now. Getting paid! But yeah, you guys can tell me what you guys think about this, I guess. I don't think there should be any reasons not to bring this to the game. It's not going to be extremes. If you guys vote no for it, I have no issue with that. If it doesn't happen, there's no big problem. But I don't really see how this would fail just because it's not going to make the game any easier or faster. Besides maybe bringing out a different way to train Herblore, but then again, making overloads has always been a bitch, and I can imagine this being a big bitch to make as well. You have to take out, like, what is that, 7 or 8? Yeah, about 8 super attack, strength, and defense. No, maybe like 6 or 7. And then the rest torsals, and then you gotta make these. It's never been fun to make those, although now in RS3 they have the presets, which make Herblore a freaking joke for making overloads. Anyways, this blog does not have just that. Obviously, it has a lot more things down here if you guys wish to read the rest. A few of these I did read, and they all seem pretty sweet. Now, one that I did notice the most right here, which is question right here, should we add Graceful Outfit as set bonus that makes your energy recharge 30% faster when wearing the complete set? Now, I am wondering if that means while running or while walking, because I think right now, on old school, I could be wrong about this, but I think right now, if you are running, your energy doesn't actually really come back to you. Like, if you're running, it doesn't matter what your agility level is. It's only if you're standing is when you recover your energy, and that's when your agility level actually matters. I believe that's how it works. And I think also on old school they need to update where right now if you have 0 kilograms on you, it's exactly the same as having negative 50 kilograms. So it's technically like Graceful's useless armor to have. It does help a little bit with rune crafting if you wish to wear something to defend yourself with. If a PKer comes, you can wear like a Nezi helm and a black d'hide top and like graceful legs, and you will still be 0 kilograms once you kind of balance it out and stuff like that, and you can kind of defend yourself. But yeah, I found that to be kind of interesting, so hopefully that maybe, I guess, passes. It takes a little, I'm not too sure exactly how long it takes to get graceful. I know on my Iron Man account, whenever I got level like 50, I just achieved the top and the bottom, I think, from doing nothing but rooftops besides, well, starting from level 10, which is when you can start doing rooftops anyway. So yeah, 10 to level 50 got me the top and bottom, so it shouldn't take you too long to get the entire set. And this one, I cannot agree more with. Should you be able to use minigame teleports without joining the minigame chat? I don't know if you guys have noticed how annoying it is to get into the chats. Like, I'll do this for example right now. 100% this will be busy, and it has no reason to be busy because when you do Nightmare Zone, you AFK, and it's going to always be busy. There's no way you can get in there, and it's really freaking annoying. Like, I don't know why people don't leave when they get in there. But yeah, I find it to be quite annoying. That question basically just says, should you not have to be in there? So I'm going to assume maybe you just click on the minigame, and then it shows a teleport option. Like, I can click here, and then maybe it'll change this window, and then it'll say teleport or join the chat. So I'm gonna assume it's gonna be something like that. But yeah, hopefully that kind of gets updated. I don't really know. And I'll read one more off that I did also sort of like. Once again, the old school team doing a good job on some type of money sinks. Should we add pet insurance? That's kind of an odd thing when you think about it, but should one of the NPCs in the game basically sell you back your pet if you died with it. So if you got like an Armadillo pet and then you died, maybe because you were AFKing or a random killer or something like that, you know, you can go buy it back for money. Now, if this does pass, I hope that it does become a good amount of GP. I'm going to assume most of the pets will all be the exact same to get back. Like, I know some pets are harder to get than others, obviously, but I'm going to assume they all cost the same to get back, whichever pet you have. But yeah, hopefully that's like maybe like 500k coins. I don't really know. I think 500k coins is a good price. 1 mil's pushing it, sort of. That makes it like, yeah, it's almost like a whip. But 500k is like, that's not too bad. That's probably the number I'd go with, but I guess we'll see whatever Jax decides on that. Oh, and here's for all you staking lovers. Should we add a dedicated arena for no movement, which means no more people running on top of other people while fighting, which obviously if you guys have seen SparkMax streams, that's all that ever happens when he's staking, unfortunately. But anyways, won't read too much more than that. Just want to read a few of those. Don't mean to make this video more than 10 freaking minutes, but yes, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see your guys' comments below talking about, well, any of these things basically that are actually on here if you'd like to, but I would like to know more about your guys' opinion on the super combat potions, which are not overloads. As a reminder, if they're not overloads, they're not going to make combat any faster than they currently are. It's just going to be 1 or 2 inventory spaces that you save. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next video. And I apologize if you guys see me doing this really often. I'm doing divination right now, and I'm also trying to fish some monkfish while I'm recording this. So 3 things at once. I'm a girl and a guy put together.